Everyone, from me, Brent Graham, you're watching Good for the Game TV, and here comes a quick, brief betting preview of the Hamilton 7's. It starts in just under an hour's time in New Zealand. For those of us here in South Africa, it means a late night if we're going to stay up to watch all the games. I must say I'm not going to. It'll mean having absolutely no sleep at all. But I am going to stay up to watch the first couple, and that's where my money is going down as well. We're going to use the prices of World Sports Betting, one of our leading online bookmakers for this. So I'm going to share my screen now, and we'll take a look at the World Sports Betting site. And let's have a look there. Bounce to their site. We'll go onto their homepage, and we've got the wsb.co.za here. If you look here, they've actually got a shortcut to the Hamilton 7, so I'm going to click on that. This event, of course, moved to Hamilton last year after some disappointing attendances in Wellington, so it'll be interesting to see how the people of Hamilton support this. I can't really recall how well it was supported last year, but we'll have a look. As you can see here, they've got outright markets, the ILB 7's New Zealand. Let's first have a look at the World Rugby 7's series winner. New Zealand, the USA, of course, are topping it at the moment, ahead of New Zealand and Fiji, but you'll see Fiji here are topping the betting boards at 16-10. I'll make them absolute good things for the series. I think they look the best side by some distance. They certainly had few problems in seeing off the USA in the final in Cape Town. And New Zealand, well, they're a bit short for me at 28-10. They may well do well this week, played in their home event, although they haven't done that well there in the last couple of years. You've got the Blitzboks in the defending champions at 33-10. Wouldn't back them with your money. We've just lost too many good players. We don't have the same clout that we used to have in the past, and we certainly don't have the consistency that we had last season. The USA, the current leaders, well, you never know. They've got plenty of speed, but it's just hard to see them lasting the distance over the course of the season. For me, if you are prepared to tie your money up for a while, I'd say Fiji, absolutely good things there in the outright markets. Let's have a look at the outright markets of the Hamilton 7's, or the New Zealand 7's as it's known. Group betting tends to be quite one-sided in these events. You've got South Africa, obviously big favourites there with Scotland, France and Kenya behind them. One of our good for the game 7's rugby punters, renowned for his 7's rugby punting, is Sean Nicholas, a.k.a. Rugabugger. And he's made money opposing Kenya so far this season. And he reckons the Kenyans are going to struggle again. There's all sorts of trouble within the camp. And he's looking to oppose them on the handicap. And you'll see that I'll be blindly following him into the early matches. Pool B winner, 7-10, the USA, England, 5-4. Very much priced as a match race there between those two. Watch out for Samoa, though. They have shown signs of coming to hand. Then you've got New Zealand, of course. The Pool A, Fiji, 1-8. Australia 11-2 and Argentina 20-1. Yeah, hard to look past Fiji, although they are known for the occasional slow start in tournaments. And New Zealand, massive favourites in what looks a really easy group with Canada, Spain and Japan. Here's the outright betting. You've got 31-20 Fiji, New Zealand 39-20, and as big as 9-2 the Blitzboks, 11-2 the US. Go down there. You know, in these 7's tournaments, you do often get upsets. I certainly wouldn't put anyone off Fiji, though, at 31-20. And probably a good time just to mention the promotion that World Sports Betting have. I'll bring it up here. On the Hamilton 7's, you back any team to win the tournament before the start of the quarterfinals. If your selection loses in the final, they'll refund your stake in free bets. There are T&Cs on the site, but essentially what it's saying is if you put 2,000 Rand on Fiji and Fiji get beaten in the final, you'll get 2,000 Rand back in free bets. And it obviously applies if you have a 500 Rand bet, you'll get 500 back. So really, really great special there from World Sports Betting. Right, let's go into the matches themselves now. I'm not going to focus on too many of them. They tend to price up 7's. It's very much a rolling tournament. You have to be pretty quick to catch the early prices. But some of these first-round matches have been priced up for a while. Scotland v France, the first one I want to have a look at, because the man on the Good for the Game forum, and I'll just click on there first to show you. This is the Good for the Game site, goodforthegame.co.za. And you can look for the 7's thread, Hamilton 7's. Here it is. Click on there. I'm not expecting a lot of activity on the thread because most of our punters are going to be sleeping, but hopefully a few of the New Zealand boys will come in and put a few bets down as well. But there's Rugabugger. He's given us some of his early selections, and one of the early selections that he likes is Scotland on the minus. Now, interesting, been a bit of support for France. World Sports Betting opened up at plus 8.5 France and now gone plus 7.5, and in fact a bit of money for that because that's 8-10, and you can get even money the minus. And I'm going to stick with my man Rugabugger there and go for Scotland minus 7.5 as my first bet in the first round. Let's go and see what other games we can get our hands on. South Africa up against Kenya. I know there's been quite a bit of money on this one. Although generally speaking, Hilton Hassan from World Sports Betting says the markets have been fairly steady. But here we've got South Africa, minus 27.5 at 9 to 10. They did open minus 24.5, so there has been some money for the Blitz box. And I can tell you a lot of that is good for the game money, because Rugabugger has come out and absolutely rubber stamped the minus 24.5. He says South Africa are going to blow Kenya away, Kenya in all sorts of trouble. I'm with him there. I did catch the minus 24.5. I suppose at 27.5, starting to get to the point where you've got to make that decision whether you get involved. But it's a scan down, and you can see that there's other markets. If you don't fancy a bet on the handicap, then you can go points over under 39.5 points. Not sure what conditions are like in Hamilton, but often in New Zealand, you get a little bit of damp underfoot, and it might just be the conditions aren't great. I also find in these early rounds, teams, once they get well ahead, they may actually start playing for time and try and conserve a bit of energy. So I often find unders plays are the way to go here. But as you can see, you've got a couple of different markets on the sevens to get involved in. We'll go back and have a look. There's obviously a number of other games priced up. Nothing that particularly catches my eye at this stage. And England Samoa at 11:45 would probably be the last game that I watch before I decide to call it a night. And there you have the English, who are well capable of running away from Samoa at minus 8.5. But Samoa a side that I'm quite a big fan of, and I do have a feeling we're going to see some good stuff from Samoa during the course of the season. Right, that's it then for the Hamilton Sevens. We'll probably do a little bit of a day 2 preview as well. As I say, that's special from World Sports Betting, where if you're back before the quarterfinals, and I think if anything I would get on Fiji there, you will get your funds back should they make the final and lose. Thanks for watching this preview of the Hamilton Sevens. If you are staying up all night and you're in South Africa to punt, well, enjoy it. We hope you'll contribute to the forum as well. And if you are looking to open up a World Sports Betting account, you've never got involved before, well, if you're watching and once I've had a chance to edit the show, I will put a video up here as to how to open a World Sports Betting account. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you on day 2.